That I've seen on this trip are the black, what I'll call slugs. I can't remember the country I was in where there were incredible numbers and of all kinds of colors, of which black was only one. I wish this petty little jerk of an egomaniac Roland, who litters everything with his name and inscriptions from Tom Petty songs, would leave his address. We approach this small town, which is becoming more and more of a novelty as we get closer to Santiago. By that I mean there's a lot of commercial stuff. There's a pretty little bridge. Little Saturday morning, local, I think it's Saturday, maybe Sunday, local market with a Jesus and Mary fountain in the center. And probably a lot of this local produce. Just another little church with a pretty entranceway, actually. And there are the crypts. And here, some sarcophaguses piled on top of each other, it looks like. We'll get a closer look at this front door. A little bit more elaborate than you often see. Water features with this design before. I think this is for washing. Notice how people can walk around on all three of the four sides. And I've also seen this in not such a nice form, rougher form, where there was an open tank over here that would have been used for stock. You can imagine the ladies of a community gathering here on probably a particular day, maybe several days a week, to chat and do their life. Here's a pretty little stone bridge. Novel around here. One of the dumbest ideas I've seen on this entire trip. Not only does he have a backpack just like mine, he then has to cart all that hardware around. How did he get it shipped? And it hangs from his shoulders just like a backpack would. Please, God, tell me one intelligent reason for this. He's trying to act cool. Idea of the picturesque countryside. A couple days outside of Santiago de Compostela and away from the highways. Here it's interesting, a couple of flights swinging in to probably Santiago, another maybe off to someplace in Northern Europe. And who knows where these others have gone that are crossing over here. And there's one up there, maybe going to someplace in France, Paris, perhaps. Pan from north to west, so you can get an idea of the landscape. Probably somewhere over that hill I climbed today to get to wherever it is I'm going. Something Baixa, B-A-I-X-A. Pretty, isn't it? We'll go down there and get a picture. It's a pretty little spot. Locals can probably come down and wade in my hostel, or my albergue, I should say. This is a private albergue, which I like better than the municipal ones. They do a little bit better job. This is the bathroom that's right off of our room, which is neat. It has a toilet there, two showers here, all new. Sometimes not cleverly arranged, but not that more common room. The part upstairs is even more beds in it, so I didn't like that one. Here we go outside the patio, and those are cabanas that you can probably rent, not a cheapskate like me. I'm going to hang my clothes, which I wash in the sink. There's some people underneath the tree there. Lovely place. Tree view, if you will. Nearby bar, and right down the street from there is the municipal albergue. Here you can buy little bits of something to eat, and there's a casino here, but unfortunately there's no albergue, no mercado, so you can't buy anything anyway. Some people carry a lot of crap with them though. It's cool. Notice how that works? So when you order something out of there, instead of it banging down and falling about 3.5 feet, that thing rises up, it dumps into that carefully and drops it down. For those people who like perfection. And here's just a little place where you can sit and eat. And there's a kitchen in there if you've got anything you can cook. Look inside here, because oftentimes people leave stuff. They leave pasta. But unfortunately they don't leave salt. Stuff, but there's nothing to buy to go with it. So here, the main entry area here. This is Malagra, the patron.
She's coming.
In spite of Spain's financial woes, this is a new freeway being put in. Here, a special portion just for the peregrinos to walk on. Particularly old one, hummus, but it may not work too well because they can always go right up the vines. Here's a pretty little religious water feature, and notice here an old version of the washing tank. And just before we go into the little town of St Irene. This might be as close as we get to it. It looks like this nearby structure either was always a bench or it might even have been some kind of well or something. I don't know what kind of tree this is, but it sloughs off its bark by gravity from the top down, apparently. What motivates that? I don't know. Possible that these are just dead trees that are in the death cycle. Can't be the death cycle because these are very much still alive. And here's a big triple wide version. Here's some smart person doing what takes initiative to do. Bam, bam, bam. So this humongous curious thing is whatever it is.